What if the most damaging part of a diagnosis is not actually the diagnosis itself, but the vision of a future we're told to expect? My name is Michelle Hall. I have been a physiotherapist for more than 25 years. I've spent my working life helping people recover from chronic pain, injury and disease. But it took my own injury to make me question what I thought I knew. I fractured my ankle and damaged the weight-bearing surface and ligaments. The injury was real, but it was the prognosis that frightened me. I imagined arthritis, ongoing instability, and an end to what I loved, which was running and walking in the hills. By the time I was allowed to take weight through that ankle, I couldn't do it. I was a physiotherapist, and I still could not make myself take weight through that leg. Then I had a hypnotherapy session for a completely different problem. At the end of the hour, I was asked to stand up and balance on the injured ankle, and I did, easily. The ankle damage had not changed. My belief about what was possible had. That moment created a crack in the model I'd been using to understand healing. It sent me into pain science, nervous system physiology, meditation, emotion, placebo and nocebo research. And it changed what I noticed about my patients. Again and again, I saw that recovery was shaped not only by pathology and treatment, but by the state of the person receiving them. That is the heart of my book, Create Your Prognosis. A diagnosis describes what a clinician believes is happening now. A prognosis is a prediction about what may happen next. It is based on averages. But you are not an average, and a prediction is not destiny. This is not a book about rejecting medicine, pretending illness is imaginary, or blaming people who do not recover. I do not promise miracles. I show readers what they can influence alongside good medical care. The practical method is called Create. C. Choose to believe in the outcome you want. R. Return to the present moment or to the desired future. Emotions must stay in motion. Accept the things you cannot change. T matters. And by no means least, E, embrace who you truly are. The book combines my own story, including the Christchurch earthquakes and my father's near-fatal farming accident, with clinical stories from over 2 decades in practice. It explains science in plain language and gives the reader something useful to do when fear has taken over. I wrote this book for the person who has walked out of an appointment carrying a prediction, though it were a sentence. I want that reader to understand that accepting a diagnosis does not mean surrendering their future. They can work with their treatment, their beliefs, their emotions, their nervous system, their team, and their identity. This book gives new ways to understand the relationship between mind, body, and possibility. Create Your Prognosis gives a clear clinical doorway and a method people can remember. A prognosis can shape a life before it has happened. I want to help people meet that moment differently. Respect the diagnosis. Question the certainty of prognosis. Then create what comes next.